Welcome to this episode of Q&A with Liturgy Man. I'm Taylor Burton-Edwards, Liturgy Man with Discipleship Ministries of the United Methodist Church. I'm your apportionment dollars at work to help you strengthen worship and the understanding of worship where you are. Today's question comes to us from the Reverend George Scott, retired elder from the South Carolina Annual Conference, who wonders who is supposed to say the benediction. Well, as I responded to Reverend Scott in my replying email to his question, the benediction per se is really only one part of the two parts that we actually have in our ritual as spoken words by clergy at the sending forth. They're actually two distinct parts. In fact, we even have it labeled as two things: dismissal with blessing. There's dismissal, which is one thing. There's blessing, which is another. And ideally, every congregation would have access to the ministry of a deacon. And when a deacon is present especially, you want to make sure that the deacon is the one who is offering the words of dismissal. And then the pastor could offer the Trinitarian blessing. If you do not have a deacon present, but you have a lay person who is either the lay leader or a liturgist who is assisting with the conduct of worship during the course of worship, and you don't have a deacon present again, it would be quite appropriate for that lay person to be the one who says those words of dismissal. And the pastor continues with the Trinitarian blessing. Why particularly the deacon for the words of dismissal? Because the historic role of the deacon is to be that link, that bridge between the congregation and its ministry in the world. And what better way to embody it than for the deacon to be the one who literally says the words of sending of those persons into the world. So, the answer to the question is, it depends on who you have present. If you have a deacon present, the deacon should offer the words of dismissal, whatever those words may be. The pastor is the one who still would offer the words of blessing, the Trinitarian blessing. If you don't have a deacon present, but you have a lay person who normally co-leads worship in some way, it would be quite appropriate for that lay person to be the person who offers the dismissal. Again, the pastor does the blessing. If the pastor basically leads the whole service, there aren't other co-leaders of worship, then it's quite appropriate for the pastor to lead both. Hope this has been helpful. Remember, you can always contact me, worship@liturgyfolks.com, through our UMC Worship Facebook group, or drop a line on this page. And perhaps your question or comment will be the topic for a future episode of Q&A with Liturgy Man. May the peace of Christ be always with you.